What's going on, everybody? Dude back with another Magic the Gathering video, and in this video I'm going to show you an Aragorn deck that I built not too long ago that has counters. It has whatchamacallit, first strike, double strike, and trample, if you can actually believe that. I built this deck. Didn't take me that long to build. I just had some cards lying around that I had, and I thought, hey, why not, utilize them? So we're gonna take them open and see what we got here. So this is my commander right here. Is Aragorn Hornburg Hero. He's a 1 red, green, and white. Tag creatures you control have first strike and renown. Whenever a renowned creature you control deals combat damage to a player, double the number of 1/1s you have. Get him out as soon as possible, because he can give your creatures first strike and give your creatures renown. And renown creatures, he'll give your other creatures renown. And if you do combat damage to a player, that creature gets double the amount. So I would get him out as soon as possible. I got this card out of the Helm's Deep scene box that came out last holiday, last year. I put all the cards from that box into this deck, so I would recommend it. You got a Racer's Ring. Crank that up a little bit for you. It comes in tapped. Add green and red. For green, red, and 2, you can sack this and draw a card. Blasphemous Sack. I played this card once, and the only thing I had to do was just pay red, because you add up all the creatures on the battlefield, not including yours, and you just subtract the number from the 8 here, and yeah, the only thing I had to do was pay 8. The only downside is it does 13 damage to each, including your own. So it's definitely a card to use when you don't have any creatures on the board. I got Galvanize. To 3 damage to target creature. If you draw on 2 or more cards, does 5 damage. Not bad for a 1 in red. Enchantment, Together Forever. Enter the battlefield, you get support 2. You put a 1/1 counter on each up to 2 target creatures. Not bad. Choose target creature with a counter on it. When that creature dies, remove that card to its owner's hand. Not bad. I got land card here. Grave Belt. Enters the battlefield tapped. You gain 1 life. You can tap it for green and white. It's upside down. Aurelia. I pulled her out of a pack, and I was super excited that I did. Flying Vigi Haste. When a player attacks with 3 or more cards, with 3 more creatures, I draw a card. 5 or more. Aurelia does 3 damage to each of your opponents, and you gain 3 life. She alone could have her own deck, but I threw her in this deck because I want flying. I want haste for sure. Oh, great. Deck's upside down. Oh, professional that I am. Hardened Scales doubles the amount of 1/1 counters you have on creatures. I thought about putting the other one in, and I decided, nah, 1's good enough. Alright, I'm going to just take a handful of these. Oops. Make a move. Destroy target artifact enchantment created with power of 4. So it basically get rid of somebody for 2 and a white. Not bad. And it's instant. Hot Springs, a 1, a green, and a red. This card has 4 counters on it. Modified creatures you have haste, which means equipments, auras, counters. Those all count. So everybody now has haste. Remove a 1/1 counter from Hot Spring. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery once per turn. Okay. Forest. Yeah, I'm just going to grab a handful of these. We'll get to those later. Partners. First strike and reach. Beginning of your combat on your turn, put X 1/1, where X is their power. That creature gains haste. So, beginning of my combat, I could put 2. I'm saying 2 because that's what it is now. 2 1/1s on another creature I control. Not bad. Clausedectal, Reach, and Trample. Not very good, actually. Garruk's Uprising. Enters the battlefield if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have Trample. Again, This deck now has Trample, First Strike, and Double Strike, and Trample. It gets insane. Creature power 4 or greater into the battlefield. When a creature, doesn't matter if it's yours or somebody else's, you draw a card. Commander Spiel, everybody knows what this is. 1 mana of any color. Second, draw a card. The Forest. Virtue of Loyalty. Beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Untap those creatures. So if you tap them, and then this comes out, you can put a 1/1 counter on them. Guess what? You can untap them and have them block. Chaos Rep. And whenever target permanent shovels it into their library, then reveals the top card of the library. But if it's a permanent, they put it in a battlefield. So let's say they have a very high power card out. You throw this at them, they put that card into their library, they shuffle it, and then they reveal the top card. If it's a permanent, they put it on the battlefield. If they don't, well, they don't. It's a pretty decent card. Forest. Another Aragorn. I got this one out of the starter deck. Basically, it has Vigi, enters battlefield attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control. You gain 1 life for each creature you control. Not bad. For 4 white and a green. Aki Battle Squad. When 1 or more modified creatures you attack, untap all modified creatures you control. After this combat phase, there's an additional combat phase. Basically, you get 2 combat phases. Essentially. For each modified creature you control. I got him out of the Kamigawa deck. Upgrades Unleashed. Upside Down Forest. What's this? Gia's Gift for a 1 and green. Sorry, it's a foil. Excuse me. 1/1 counter on each target creature you control against Reach, Trample, Hexproof, and Indestructible. Sure, yeah. I know, I threw this card in because I figured if I could throw him on, like, Aragorn, he'll stay on the battlefield regardless of what happens during the next set of turns. Champions of Lampholt. 2 green and a 1. Creatures with power less than this card can't block creatures you control. When another creature enters the battlefield under your control, but a 1/1. Okay, Dapper Shieldmate. Is that really the way it is? Yeah, it is. Oh, that sucks. Enters the battlefield with a shield counter on it. As long as your turn, this card gets 2/0. So a shield counter pretty much is, if this card would to take damage, you just remove that shield counter. The card stays on the board. Okay, we got here Isengard Unleashed. Damage can't be prevented this turn. If a source you control deal damage this turn to an opponent or permanent opponent controls, it deals triple that much. So basically, none of the damage can't be prevented, and then I can do triple the amount. It's if First Strike and Double Strike weren't bad enough. You gotta worry about this card, but for 2 and 3 red, yeah, it is what it is. Our brother. 1 in red gets 2 for each modified control or each modified creature I control. So basically, it's going to get stronger regardless. Or it'll basically go up in attack power for how many 1/1 counter cards I have, which is pretty much what this deck is all about. Rohim Charges. You may exert Rohim as it attacks. When you exert a creature, reveal cards from the top part of your library until you reveal an equipment card. Put that card onto the battlefield attached to a creature, then put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool, so I just threw it in there. Also, it's Human Knight 4/4. Can't go wrong with that. Cinderglaze. Comes in tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. And red and green. Pretty cool. Aragorn's Sword. It's equipment. When an equipped creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. If you have the City's Blessing, put 2 of them on. So, I don't think I put the City's Blessing token in this deck, nor do I think I put a City's Blessing card in this deck, now that I think about it. Oh wait, there it is. Ascend. Control 10 or more permanents. You can change his blessings. But this is, I think this is the only card. What I'm saying is, I think this is the only city blessings card I own in this deck. But it's still pretty cool though. For 2 and a 3, yeah, sure, why not? So card. Put a 1/1 counter on each up to X creatures control. Those creatures gain hexproof until end of turn. Soul Ring, upside down Soul Ring. Everybody knows what this card is. Beast was in. I can destroy something, and then but they get a 3/3 green beast. I'm such a professional. I should have seriously. Okay, there it goes. Bondkin, Outlast. Put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Outlast only as a sorcery. Each creature you control with a 1/1 now has first strike. But even though Aragorn still gives him first strike. Evolving Winds, sack this and find a basic land. Riskar, enter the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each up to 2 target creatures. Each creature you control with a counter has tap and get green. So basically, mana ramp. And not bad. Command Tower, most people know what this is. Any mana of your commander's color. Sovereign. I got him out of the... No, I didn't. I thought I got him out of a deck, but I didn't. This is for Mixelon. War 2. When a creature attacks, for each creature you control with power greater than that creature's base power, put a number of 1/1 counters on the creature equal to the difference. So let's say I have a creature out and it has 2/2. Then I start putting counters on it. Now it makes it 3/3. With him out, I put an additional 1/1 because there's that one difference between 2 and 3, which is 1. So my 3/3 is now a 4/4. Yeah, and it gets, but this card has to attack though. It gets really insane quick. Dueling Coach. Put a 1/1 counter on each target creature. Put a 1/1 counter. 1/1 counter on each creature you control with 1/1. So essentially, this is Evolving Winds. Just this card can attack. Cards Bastion. Peripherally, add Colorless. Not bad. Knight Exemplar, first strike. All other knights you control get a 1/1 and indestructible, which I don't think I have many knights in here. I think I don't, but I don't remember. Goddom's Reach, tutor card for 2 basic lands. Each creature you control with a 1/1 has flying. So not only do I have flying, I have trample, I have first strike, and I have double strike. Yeah, I went kind of insane with this deck. Forest. Now you have the White Orchard. Enters the battlefield. If an opponent controls more lands than you may search your library for planes, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle. Also first strike. My roll. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of enchantments, creatures, or artifacts. When my roll attacks, I create 1/1 color soldier. Sorry about that. My cat was getting into things. Create a 1/1 color soldier where X is the number of soldiers I control. This can get insane because you can start doubling the amount of color soldiers you can have. So 1/1 could be a 2, and then 2 can be 4. It gets pretty quick, pretty fast. Okay, we got here Legolas, split second. As long as you put the spell in the stack, players can't cast spells or activate abilities. Untap target creature. Until end of turn, it gains hexproof, reach, and whenever this creature becomes tapped, it deals damage equal to its power. I probably would more or less use this one over this one, given the choice. Got a mountain. Ballot Changeling. A spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature type among creatures you control. This effect can't reduce the amount of mana. More than 5. As Changeling, this card is every creature type and has double strike. I was Shnorn. It has Vigi. Creatures you control gain 2/2. creatures your opponent controls gets -2. But it's a 7 drop though. It's worth it though. Plains, plain, mountain. Oh, mine's a Moria. There's tap unless you control a legendary creature. Tap it for a red 3, and tap. Exile 3 cards from your graveyard. Create 2 treasure tokens. Not bad. Okay, we got here. Highland Forest, tapped, but you get a green and a red. It says Crackle. Oh, Stoke the Flames. Okay, Stoke the Flames. Instant 2/2. Convoke. Your creatures can help cast a spell. Each creature you tap while casting a spell. For 1 or more. Does 4 damage to any target. No witnesses. Each player who controls the most creatures investigates, and then you destroy everybody. Board wipe, essentially. I can say, hey, if you own the most creatures, you can investigate. Create a code token. But I get to wipe everybody else out. Basic land. What's this? Oh, Master Chef. Commander creature you have has this creature enters battle with a 1/1 counter on it, and other creatures you control enter it with an additional 1/1. Basically, whenever I put creatures on the board, they immediately get a 1/1. It's Exotic Orchard, any 1 mana of any color. Mountain. Blooming Sands. Enter tapped. I get 1 life. And I get a green or white. Crackle Power. Crackle Power deals 5 times X damage for each up to 3 X targets. So basically, I do. Let's say this number is 2. So 2, 2, 2. I do 5 times X damage for each up to X target. So that's 10. Wait, does that mean 10 damage to each up to, so if it's 2, 2, 2, 5 times 2 is 10, and that's 10 damage to 2, or 10 damage to 2 targets. Yeah, I think that's how it goes. I haven't yet used this card yet. I haven't gotten that far. Decimate, card removal, artifact, creature, enchantment, or land. Botanical Plaza, enter tapped, you get a green and a white, and if you sack it, you get to draw a card. Mountain, Moss Fire Valley, 1 and tapped, you get green and a red. Funny enough, in the upgrades unleashed pre-con deck from Kamigawa, there are 2 of these. There are not supposed to be 2 of them. There's supposed to be 1 of them. So if you own that deck or plan on owning that deck, take 1 of these out and add like a basic land or something, because technically you can't have 2 of the same lands in the same deck for a commander. Fog of War, you gain 1 life for each creature on the battlefield. Prevent all common damage that would be dealt this turn with power creatures to your left. So basically, life gain. You got plains. Alright, just take the whole damn thing up. Gimli's Reckless Smite. Creatures you control have haste. So if you play your cards right, you get double strike, first strike, haste, flying, and trample. All the good ones. The only thing I'm missing is Vigi. That's the only thing I don't have permanently for all my creatures is Vigilance, but that's okay. Whenever you attack, if creatures you control have power 8 or more, target attacking creature you control fights up to 1 target you don't control. The bow enters the battlefield, attach it to a creature you control, untap it. Creature gets 1/2 and has reach. Odless, basically evolving winds, just an artifact. 1/1 counter would be put on an artifact or creature control, that many +1. I thought about putting the Ozlith, the other Ozlith that's in this deck, but $35 for a card. Yeah, I don't know about that. Arcane Signet, everybody knows what this is. 1 mana of any color. Swift Boots, creature has hexproof and haste. Kami, another thing just like Ozlith, 1/1 counter. Be on that permanent, add another one. Tap it, add X mana of any color, where X is Kami's power. Allow Guardian, Trample, at the beginning of your combat return. If you control your commander, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Incubation Druid, add 1 mana of any type that land you control would produce. If the Druid has a 1/1 counter on it, add 3 mana. Pretty cool. Unbreakable Formation. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Cast this spell during the main phase, put a 1/1 counter on each of those creatures, and they gain Vigi. Cutzil. Opponents can't cast spells during their turn when one or more creatures you control, each with base power greater or than its base, each with base power greater than its base power, draw a card. So I get card draw. Forest. Forgotten Ancient. When a player casts a spell, you may put 1/1 on Forgotten. If you get my upkeep, you may remove one of them and put it on another one. Not bad, not bad. Mountain, Forest, Plains. Rule Turf, there's tapped. I can return a land you control to its owner's hand. I can tap it for a red and green. Vast Root, there's tapped. I get a green, and I can put a 1/1 counter on each green creature that's entered this turn. Forest. Jetmir's Garden. Tapped, but I could tap it for a green, a red, and a white. I can't tell you how powerful that is. Tribute. When a creature enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card if its power is 3 or more. Otherwise, put two 1/1 counters on it. Branching Evolution. I thought about putting one of them in, this and Revolving Winds, but I figured, more is always better. Forest. And Gwendy. Double Strike. Creatures you control with first strike now have double strike. So if all your creatures have first strike, with him out, guess what? They all have double strike. The combo of this and Aragorn as the commander is very good. Because, like I said, double first strike can not only has first strike, but they also have double strike. So, and last but not least, I got 2 more cards. Gear Sage Evolved. Add green to the mana pool for each 1/1 counter on Gyre. And last but not least, Jumping Call. Draw a card for each creature you control with the 1/1 on it. Those creatures gain indestructible. So that's my Aragorn counter deck. I'm open to new ideas, how to make it better. I'm open to, how to tweak it a little bit better. But I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I hope you all like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you all later.